Welcome to Start Building Me, my nightly training session to get you into the healthy habit of exercising because folks, as I always say here every night, exercise is mandatory. You have to exercise every single day. You don't have to do so much, which is what most people don't understand, but 10-15 minutes, which is all I am casting before swine today. As always folks, just joking, is just to get the heart rate up, blood pressure up, some simple basic body weight exercises to get you to start building yourself. And by doing so, you'll find over time, and not so much time, that it becomes a good habit that you want to keep on doing, and you'll feel better as a result of it. Increases the potential that you have in your body, in your life, in every single way. Google it and Google will laugh at you saying, "You idiot, how come you have to ask me if exercise is important or not?" It is obviously important, folks. There are many charlatans out there trying to tell you that it isn't. You can get by with life without it. That is simply not the truth. So without further ado, I'm going to start doing some squats. I've been using my kettlebell for the last few days to try and increase the amount of intensity I can get in the course of my 10-15 minutes online here with you. Only 10-15 minutes because I've got stuff to do as well, folks. I'm sure you do too, and my whole proof of concept is that you don't really have to do that much exercise to be fit. You just have to use your body a bit, get the blood pumping through your system, and my goodness, you'll feel better. You'll reduce your anxiety. Prolonged anxiety equals depression. If you know that, it's a terrible feeling to have. So, as always, 7 o'clock here in Australia, it's, I think 9 o'clock in the UK, depending on what my friends have told me, and daylight saving to get the blood pumping through your body, and then go off and do whatever you want to do. Play video games, watch people play video games on Twitch. I won't understand it, but I'm a dust collecting millennial boomer. So what would I know these days? I am the anti-influencer. I hate the term influencer. I'm trying to encourage people to exercise and get away from the internet. I'm not going to make any money telling people to do that, but hey, it has improved my life because as a child of the 80s, I never grew up with social media. So I don't really care what other people are doing in their lives. I don't care about the Kardashians. I don't care about athletes and their after court prowesses. It means nothing to me, folks. As Terence McKenna said, I'm focused on making my own content. And so I'm always trying to get people to exercise, whether it's walking your dogs, doing some push-ups, doing some squats with me on Start Building Me. Your time and your points gets tallied on my cloud bot here. Check it out on Stream Build Me, STREAMBUILD.me. And if you've signed up with Twitch, or I think it's multicast, so it might be on YouTube usernames as well, tallies your time, tallies your points, and will be good to track your progress. And you'll see the numbers go up. You'll see hopefully your squat numbers go up over the time you're here in these short sessions. And you'll see what I call UNICEF solution by donating some money in your case here, donating some of your time, the opportunity cost. Time is what we equally have little of, and you'll hopefully get that habit. Everybody that I know who I've taught training and sport to over 20 years has benefited from it and can't live without it anymore, and that's what I'm trying to inspire to all of you people out there on the multicast word, being Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And folks, it will really improve your lives, there's no doubt about it. Star jump, that rug ties the blue screen together. That was the purpose. I mean, it's not great, it's quite a cheap one, but as Star Jump knows, as my creative designer that it's supposed to be, my virtual Maroubra as is the backdrop of my old apartment. And so it's sort of like a virtual beach, folks. So you can look at the YouTube videos, which I've explained how to do the squats and how to do the push-ups. But every now and then, like right now, I'll explain what I'm doing. Like when you're sitting down on a chair and standing back up, that's essentially all you really need to know in the 4 stages of competence. Unconscious incompetence is where we all begin. But if you are watching this and understanding what I'm saying, you're probably already beyond that. You're probably already in the conscious incompetence phase, which means you know how to sit down and stand up. You sit down and stand up on the edge of your bed every day, at your desk at school, at your desk in the office, into your car, out of your car. They're all variations of squats. So that's what we're doing here to warm up. And we're 5 minutes in, so just for another 5 minutes, get the blood pumping in some shape or form. You can have your arms out as a counterbalance like this and get the blood pumping. What am I doing this evening? I'm getting rid of the dog smell in my car with an ozone generator, something that generates O3, which breaks down after a while to ozone, but it is in fact very toxic and is used for a whole bunch of commercial purposes. I use it to get rid of the dog smell in my car, and I'm going to use it afterwards here to get the dank out of my Start Building Me studio. It's got a bit of a, not moldy, but a bit of a dusty smell in it. We'll let the O3 take care of that whilst the air conditioner runs to bring me back to a fresh new studio smell for tomorrow and my last day of the week. For Start Building Me, and hope you guys have a good plan for the weekend. I do not. Might just go to Magnetic Island here in the tropical far north Queensland, go for a mountain bike ride whilst doing some squats. Better use those legs on something. And breathe, folks. The most important thing I explain to people when they're starting to exercise is breathing. Breathing is essential. Diaphragm breathing, not raising your shoulders, breathing out with your chest. It should be through your stomach. You can see my hand move, as was explained to me by a physiotherapist and a coach back in the day. Oh, the dank, I know the dank. It's, you got to keep it. As Lenny said, I agree. With your hand raised, physio and a trainer once said to me, lie on the couch with the remote. Do they still use remotes? Not really. Anyway, beer coaster, something on your stomach, and watch your stomach rise and fall. That means you're breathing correctly. By breathing correctly, you will increase the cardiovascular performance of every exercise you do. So very, very essential stuff. Folks, as always, breathe, 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 breathe. Yeah, a little bit too dank in here. Bit dusty, as you'll see once you visit the Start Building.me studio, of course. Yawning again. So interesting. Yawning is a result of not getting enough oxygen, which I find very funny. Do you breathe slower when you get tired and hence the lack of oxygen? I'm not really sure how that works. It was highly dubious, but 2 people cited some evidence to me, and it turns out they were right. Hey, I'm open to suggestions. I'm a very malleable person, not very rigid. So if somebody can provide some sort of evidence, I will lift my game and check it out. As always, 2 more minutes on the clock for squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Didn't walk the dogs this afternoon. I didn't go to the gym this afternoon. Started my button watch crypto videos, folks. That is the nature of it. We cannot always do what we want to do. Unfortunately, the dogs missed out. I missed out. But that's what Start Building Me is all about, is a guaranteed repent. Come in here online to train people far and wide about the importance of exercise. And the fringe benefit is I get a train session in as well. I read it's also a signal to others that you're about to change activity. Curious. Change activity, like absolutely losing interest in whatever BS that they're talking about. That sounds like some factual science to me, because that's when I start yawning. I'm looking at myself, listening to my own BS, and that's what makes me tired in exactly the same way. So without further ado, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now get the kettlebell out of the way and get down onto the ground. And pray. Pray to the fitness gods. I'm doing some push-ups. I'll do my own warm-ups, spread my fingers, tense my butt, look up and breathe. So there's 20 strict push-ups off the bat there. That's really all you would have to do in this time spent, so no drama if that's what you can do over 5 minutes. I'm just going to do a few more sets of 5s and 10s, and then take my yawning, changing activity butt out of here, and make sure the ozone isn't making my dogs glitch out. Do I have any tidbits of information? Nothing that I read, just saw Max Kaiser on the Jimmy Dore show online talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. The first time where Jimmy Dore has come around to it as a very cool, politically minded comedian analyst on YouTube. So Jimmy Dore and Max Kaiser discusses my tip of the day for media. Other than that, there was a new Fred V song on Spotify that popped up today. Whilst I was looking into the Shane Gillis, or Matt and Shane's secret podcast, which is filthy juvenile male humour, but a good good podcast nonetheless. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or off your knees if you can't do strict push-ups, people. It doesn't matter. You can do a push-up like that if you don't have the upper body strength. Same net effect, you're pumping blood around your upper body. It's that simple, that's what we're here for. Nothing extreme, nothing expert, nothing that any form stickler can critique on, because that's my whole point. It's start building me. Start building me. Not continue to build me or advance building me. Leave that for some other sucker that wants to sell you snake oil, spandex, elixirs, shakes. What's the stuff with S seemingly? That S doesn't fly here. We're just here for some upper body push-ups, some squats, and then back off to whatever it is that you were doing or what you are going to do. Was recommended about the brain. Going to check out that. Awesome. Thanks for the tip for some media. I will check it out, and you didn't breach the bot's rules. Very well done. The bot gets the shits. Wonder if it will just block me for saying that. You never do know. 30 minutes on the clock, another 2 minutes left. I reckon I got another 20 in me. Pretty sure that'll be 50 or 60. That's plenty at the moment. Got to start eating more protein though. I'm wasting away. 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight is not what I've been doing. Not even close. And breathing is not what I have been doing either. Through the stomach. Excuse me. Bas Rutten on the Joe Rogan Experience was one of my favorite mixed martial artists from back in the day, in the 90s and early 2000s. Is a huge inspiration for me for combat sports and mixed martial arts in general. He's talking about breathing in there. For the last sort of 30 minutes of his podcast, he's developed some breathing device to make you force that diaphragm breathing, which is something that will lift your game cardiovascularly, and I know that because I've done a lot of that for training, but I have not been doing it in a long time now. So Bas Rutten, B-A-S-R-U-T-T-E-N, breathing device. He said it's on Amazon, but you might just want to Google and see what he's all talking about, because the same thing can be done just by heaps of old techniques, blowing into hot water bottles and blowing them up like a balloon to really practice your diaphragm strength is a hack to do it. You can get one of those from the $2 shop, but they do explode and can take your eyes out. So probably do it with some sunglasses on. And disclaimer, I shouldn't have said that because this is Start Building Me, not Dave's destructing masochistic training regiment, which has gotten me nowhere but problems with my back, legs, knees, AC ligament, arthritic toes, etc., etc. Without further ado, I love you wherever you are in the world, past, present, and future. Hope you have a good day. Switch off the media. Stand up, as I always say here. at startbuilding.me. Please stand up, not only for yourself, but stand up to improve your health, folks. It will become more and more important the more and more days you live on this planet. Nobody will care about the outcome apart from you. So do some push-ups, take it easy, take your vitamins, pray to God, and believe in the Hulk Hogan, as Hulk Hogan once said. But he said a lot of things and sued Gorka for $1 billion, so I guess he won in the end. But anyway, maybe don't listen to Hulk Hogan. Man's a filthy racist. Have a good night, folks.